You have the hat, you have the dress, now you need the perfect accessory to go with your derby look. Radley London has been having a huge derby collection with Churchill Downs since 2021, and this year their collection, it might be their best yet. I'm with Danielle Rudy Davis. You are Lou What Wear on Instagram.
Yes.
You've had this partnership with Radley for quite a while now, and we have pretty much all the bags in front of us. A lot of like new colors, some new shapes. So tell me a little bit about this year's collection.
Yeah, Radley always does one of my favorite derby partnerships collections. The bags are always so beautiful. They're all so well made, so handcrafted. They always bring in the cutest and most fun, unique derby elements to that. I love that Radley's a London-based company, so they bring kind of that Royal Ascot, that elevated equestrian feel to it, but it also has that really fun Southern Kentucky style, and everything that makes the derby so unique, they incorporate into all the bags.
And what I like too is that there's something for really everyone, where if you want something more casual, like this tote bag, or something very derby forward. So what would you say is like kind of your favorite out of the collection this year?
I think my favorite from the collection, I always really gravitate toward their more structured bags. So I love this little purple one right here. I love that they always do multiple straps.
Yeah.
But I love these purple and blue ones. I think the tote edition is great, especially for people who want to bring in a boxed lunch or things like that. I know you have to use the clear bag, but you can like throw stuff in there. You can also put so much derby essentials in it, and everything meets the bag requirement.
That's what I was gonna say. I think that might be your #1 question to get on your DM.
Yes. People are always really stressed about the bag size requirements. It's one of the biggest, like the question I get in my DMs multiple times. I've started to do a reel every year with the bag requirements, and that's the best thing about these bags. They all meet the bag requirements. So if you need to know, just grab one of these instead.
And what I love is they always have kind of like a staple bag in the collection, and this one is just so fun. I love that they are just so collectible, but you can even use them after the track too.
Yeah, I would think like there's always the ones that are really heavy derby like this one, but then there's ones that have like a much more subtle touch that you can carry year round. This little like tulip bag is so cute.
Oh.
But if you don't want to have the little derby elements, year round, you can tuck it or remove it, which I think is great.
This year they have a cute little bag charm you kind of mentioned earlier, those lily elements. I think they're just so beautiful. And we can't forget just about the little wallets too. That one says winnings, the other one says and they're off, and the other one says Derby Day.
I love how this little wristlet too, which is great, looks like the derby tickets. You can go big, you can go bold with your derby styling, or you can do a little bit more subtle.
Yes, and something, probably your second most question in your DMs this time of year is, what the heck do I bring in my bag?
What to bring in your bag. So I always like to share some essentials. There's always like the obvious ones. I packed up this little bag. I use this little Q-tip box to put kind of like a ragtag, a set of essentials. There's bobby pins, flossies, Band-Aids. You always want to have Band-Aids. A hot tip is if you bring like a chapstick or a lip balm, this also is great on your heels. If you have a blister, always bring bobby pins if it's windy today here. So you can like make sure you secure your fascinator. The hair, it's always a thing. So bring a little hairbrush. I like to bring a little deodorant. It does tend to rain sometime during Derby week. We're always fingers crossed that that's not going to happen, but if it does, a clear plastic bag will help protect your fascinator.
Well, those are great tips. I was going to just definitely say Band-Aids.
Yes, Band-Aids, 100%. You're going to end up walking a lot when you're out at the track, no matter where you're sitting, so make sure your feet stay comfortable.
Yes, because if your feet are gone, then you're gone a whole day. So Danielle, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Something brand new this year, Radley is actually extending a discount to our GDL viewers. So if you go online and shop the Kentucky Derby collection, you can get 25% off using the code GDL25 now through April 28th. And you can also stop by their pop-up shop right here on the track, right outside the paddock. So to learn more to shop the collection, just go to radleylondon.com.